Join us today as we show you what we get up to on our sea days on Royal Caribbean's Anthem of the Seas cruise ship. On this particular cruise, there are 6 port days, 7 if you include Southampton, where we started, balanced out by 6 sea days. The ports we visited were, where we started, Southampton, then La Coruna, Madeira, Tenerife, Gran Canaria, Lanzarote, and we saved the best till last, Lisbon. I'll pop a link to these cruise ports in the description below. On a cruise ship there is a wide variety of things to do, morning, noon and night, a wide selection of things to do, not to do, keep you busy, or like what we like, to chill and relax. An essential thing to do on sea days, of course, is eating. There are many options of places to eat, some included, some paid, some that you just head to, some that you have to book. One thing is for certain, it feels like any time has passed and it's time to eat again. Or you can just have food delivered to your room. Plus we like grabbing a few cookies for later in our cabin. Then of course there is the obligatory wander around the ship. The ship is huge, so you can easily rack up a good few thousand steps, and that's just going back and forth for food. We love relaxing and enjoying the water. It's quite hypnotic, and there is also the hope that you might see some wildlife. We enjoy this from around the ship and of course our balcony. Like I mentioned before, there is so much to see and do. Our favourite venues on Royal Caribbean's Anthem of the Seas are the 270 Theatre, followed by the main theatre. We witness a great selection of entertainment and enrichment in these 2 venues.
Pints of beer. Couldn't we have a party? Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, I lied a little bit there because another Vasso's mind meld. All right, remembering. Now here is a computer animation of what a black hole looks like. Now I told you a second ago, you can see the accretion disk here. Does that look like flat like a pizza? No, it's kind of like this weird shape with bubbles on the top and bottom. Who can tell me why it looks weird like that compared to being a flat pizza shape? Louder? Yeah, it's gravity, because gravity is so powerful. Traveling back in time or into the future, what would you choose? Let's have a show of hands here.
Ordinary vac.
So how do you avoid getting into a whole Martin McFly and Mum situation?
Because the river of time forks into two rivers into a multiverse. So when you go backwards in time to save Abraham Lincoln from being assassinated at the Ford Theater, it's someone else's Abraham Lincoln that you just saved. You cannot alter your own past. Quantum mechanics says that time itself can fission. Time itself could become a multiverse.
All right. Extended animation hibernation pods. Put the person to sleep for a few thousand years and magically you wake them up at the other end. In fact, one researcher suggests that within a decade we might be able to start experimenting with human hibernation. I think they're off by a few decades.
Captain, please welcome Captain Tony, Hotel Director Umit, and your Chief Engineer Goran. These are our panel here this morning. Take your time, gentlemen, but hurry up. A little bit. There we go. 1, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Captain's Corner. I'm Captain Tony, and I come from Turku, Finland. Turku is the place where most of our ships have been built, including Icon of the Seas. Right now we are building the Star of the Seas and the third Icon class ship. So in my family, I'm the 4th generation working at sea.
Now at the end of our ship, 2 things happened that weren't so pleasant. The first for someone else. This wasn't the only one in the cruise, but the first medical evacuation we partially witnessed. The seas were really rough that day, and the helicopter spent a lot of time above the buffet area where we were seated. Obviously someone was seriously ill that they were going to be taking this risk. For us in the ship, as well as those in the helicopter, for them to try so many times to airlift them off. I hope they were okay, but thankfully due to the perseverance of the helicopter team managing the helicopter safely, and the ship's captain and his team trying the best against the elements to keep the ship as still as possible, the patient was successfully evacuated from the ship. It was quite stressful just watching the helicopter keep trying and hearing it right above our heads, let alone the poor patient and their family and friends. Then it was my turn. Nothing serious, but something that needed medical attention while I was on the ship. I got to see the inside of the medical on-site medical area. Whilst it was in the bowels of the ship, it was a lot bigger than I expected. It had so many bays and quite a few doctors and nurses attending to various tasks, various patients in the beds. It was interesting to see, and of course expensive. My short visit cost just under $200 for the consultation and a couple of meds. We should thank ourselves in the UK that we get free healthcare. Sadly, all cruises come to an end, so the luggage labels have to be completed. For an easier disembarkation, we put our suitcases outside our cabin door the night before, then they magically arrive on land in Southampton the next morning. We don't have to faff about with them in the lift or anything. We decided not to bother with breakfast, and with us having the key, we are allowed to be quite flexible regarding what time we get off the ship. There is a channel on the TV that lets us know when we can leave the ship. We use AB parking at Southampton, so that's right next to the ship, so no messing about, and the staff in the car park are really helpful in getting us on our way. Well, give it another few hours and they have to do it all again with another 4,500 people. There's lots of taxis waiting and tons of coaches, maybe taking folks to the airport for their long flights home. Right, let's see if we can clock what time we've managed to get on our way this year. 7:15, not bad at all. Okay, another fantastic cruise has ended. Now for the drive home, and the worst bit of all, following a holiday, the unpacking. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. It is free and you will then more easily see when we have a new video out. Bye for now.